Happy Women's History Month, mi gente. That's right. We continue to celebrate the contributions made by the women in our community, which brings us to our first guest. We welcome back Casita Maria's Center for Arts and Education to present their upcoming exhibition, You Can Sit Here, which is a multimedia solo show by Bronx native Tiff Mcfierce, inspired by Tiff's childhood living room, a space to be seen but not sat in. An experience that mirrors many of our childhoods, mi gente. And joining us now to share more is Casita Maria's artistic director, Gail Heidel, and multidisciplinary artist, Tiff Mcfierce. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Rhina. Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you for always bringing it here. We love all of the work that Casita Maria continues to do to uphold and lift our community.
Oh, thanks, Rhina.
So let's start with the exhibitions and just to share with our viewers a little background on Casita, even though we have you on regularly, it's just in case, you know, we have some new viewership. And also how you choose the artists that you're going to be exhibiting.
Okay. Well, Casita Maria, we're now in our 91st year. We're offering after-school programs for K through 8. We also have a new teen artist apprenticeship program for high schoolers, which we're really excited about. And, you know, lots of public-facing programs, one of which is our gallery, the Casita Maria Gallery. So this year we've been focusing on wellness and healing through the arts. With our new executive director, Felix Urrutia, he's turned Casita Maria into this healing community. We now have expressive art activities in our after-school art studios. So this year's theme was, you know, trying to identify artists that as part of their practice, they're using art, you know, as a way to heal, whether it's, you know, loss of a beloved pet, like our exhibition Animal Studies, which just recently closed. That was by Maria P. Villa, or the new exhibition by Tiff Mcfierce, where she is, you know, using a more contemporary approach through installation to deal with this idea of like spaces and what spaces, you know, are welcoming, what spaces can we belong to, and who's being invited into spaces.
And by the same token, revisiting childhood trauma. I'm just saying, you know, because the title itself, right? So what happened to me, and I know we're going to be showing some imagery, is right away I thought about the plastic on the furniture.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plastic.
Absolutely.
Furniture,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, I know that's not what your exhibition is about, but that's what it automatically I related it to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So let's talk about you, Ms. Tiff Mcfierce, because I, you know, met you 2 years ago at South Bronx Culture Festival.
Last
No,
year.
last
It was
year.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I feel like, you know, I'm losing track of time. You were a fierce DJ in that arena, and now you have a solo exhibition. Brava.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a big part of it is the space of nostalgia and newness. So when people get taken back to that space of the plastic on the sofa, certain photos or whatever their living room was or was not, that's what I want them to go there with. But the other part of this is about what can you take forward and what can you leave behind. I think that we have to remember so many walked before us to give us different opportunities and ways of being in life. And then, you know, as humans, other people maybe fell short, and we all fall short. So I want folks to come together in this space of this recreated living room and sit and examine what we're taking forward, what we're leaving behind, and also the empowerment within self, the empowerment of what comes before, because without empowerment and self-efficacy and that self-esteem, we cannot build new paradigms because we won't think that we're worth it. The other part of this is within not being able to sit in a living room and have a space that I've realized that women of color, Black women, Caribbean women, I'm Bronx born, Jamaican descent, we can create these beautiful rituals without even trying.
Right.
And also not live in them.
Right.
And find ourselves working, and not living.
Right.
So I want to show people that what you create is to be lived in, so you can sit here. And I still, you know, I have stuff where I'm like, you know, that's not for use, you know, or That's for this. You know?
inherited
Yeah,
a little bit of it.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna take the good stuff. I'm gonna take those inheritances.
feel you,
But
I
it's about
feel you.
examining the
Right.
other inheritances that just aren't maybe needed anymore, and we can find a new way of being. So the whole thing is interactive. You literally can sit on the furniture. There'll be different kind of activations for people to do that, pose questions, and it's all about intergenerational, multi-generational conversation.
That's the key right there, because while it is about enlightening the next generation, right, and or our generation, because I automatically identify with being part of your generation,
I mean, come on
regardless
now.
of. It don't matter what generation I'm from. I'm part of the younger generation. But what I'm really alluding to is the fact that it's a conversation that may not be as easy for the elders to have.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Which is why I wanted to put it in a space of honor as well as examination, and a space where Casita Maria and Gail have given me the opportunity to bring that alive through art, and using art and creativity as in the audience even coming to do some art and creativity and crafts. And a big part of it is also music. I'm a music director. I am a DJ. I also was background, because that's how we met at the
That's
90th
right.
anniversary.
That's right, but let's not just put it underneath. Like, you were the DJ for the NBA
Yeah. So I'm the first
and for the Liberty.
Yeah.
What is that? The
WNBA. So
WNBA.
I'm the first
Yes.
woman and the first Black woman to have a music director and resident DJ position in the WNBA and NBA and at Madison Square Garden for the Knicks. And
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's important to mention those facts.
Yeah, I did that for 8 years, and I've been DJing for about 14. So music direction, sound, frequency. I do sound healing for myself and others. And in my wellness brand, Lookin', we turned 7 3 days before we opened at Casita Maria for You Can Sit Here. So sound is a big part of my life. And I'm a retired dancer, so I still dance, but
Of
just
course, yeah.
not for a coin.
Right.
No auditions, but I still, will dance, because movement is, if you're able to do movement, it's a huge connection to these themes that we're talking about. So bringing in the multi-generational conversation, sometimes we have to kind of coax it. Sometimes we have to make it a brave space. I know people say a safe space, but it's more like a brave space of just examination and joy and creation and empowerment.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That is really good stuff. I just picked up. Not only is it about examining the actual installation that you're allowing people to participate as part of, right? Because you're allowing them to sit on the actual furniture and experience, I guess, the elements that are surrounding it.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the fact that I noticed you use sunflowers as an undertone of a message. Yeah. However, with that, you have the sound, right, which also the frequency has another healing. It's another healing modality. And then there's the movement. And so I just want to ask Gail, how is this being presented to the next generation, right? Because Casita Maria is from kindergarten to high school. But the younger generations, it's something that I would find or figure is completely unfamiliar to them, because I don't think the plastic on the furniture is a thing anymore.
Yeah, so through our visual art studio, all the young people will get a tour, and then our teen artist apprentices will be, giving them tours, during their work hours. So everybody's going to have an opportunity in a small group to be able to go and, sit in the space. They'll also be invited to the opening with their families, so they'll have information about the exhibition. They'll go home and be like, Mom, Dad, or whoever their caregivers are, we got to go to Casita. We can actually go in there and sit. I'm really wanting to open up their eyes about, because we had a very kind of classical exhibition that was in the gallery since September, that was, drawing, painting, watercolor. So something that's really tangible and that they practice themselves, but to see something that's installation based and more contemporary, I think will be an eye opener for them, and also that it's a different way to approach art and healing.
Absolutely. And so if someone were watching right now from a school, like what kind of arrangements would they have to make to participate in these tours?
They can email marketing@casitamaria.org and just let me know what their availability is. If they want their tour in English or Spanish, we can offer 2 languages, and then they just let me know the size of the school group. If the group is really large, say it's like 40, we can put 20 people in the art studio and 20 people in the gallery, and then switch and have an art hands-on art activity as well. So we can make all your dreams come true.
That's what we're into here. That's what we're into here, right? Making it happen. And so with regards to the visual, the music, the experience, the conversations, what do you hope people actually leave with on the 20th? And again, we have to go back to the question that I asked you regarding the sunflower and why they're incorporated. I mean, I'm basing it on the digital images that were provided. And of course, I went in there and said, oh, wow, she's using the goddess of honey in there.
Yeah. I hope that people get a sense of their aliveness, get a sense of their lived experience, and also a sense of what else could be. Just because we've gone through things or we see things, we have to also remember that no matter what is going on, there's always a different way to be. And even if we've never learned that, or we might have learned it and we need to relearn it, if we need to share it, if we need to live in it more, an embodiment of it, have an embodiment of it, that is always possible. And I want, especially the younger generation and all the generations, I want people to feel good about themselves. I want them to feel ready for what's next. And I want them to see, like you both were saying, like just a space of like how art is different, because I had to push myself to do this, but then I also had to open myself up to receive the opportunity. And anything is possible if you know that you can do it. And I hope that people see that, as well as communal care. Anything is possible when we take care of each other.
Yes.
Anything is possible when we reimagine mutual aid and we show up and we have intersectionality, be a big part of this. As far as the images, we shot those images. I was away in Mexico for some months. I came back and I shot them with Maciel Ventura. And I just let her know, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been working on for a year and a half. These are what I want these images to be when people see this for promo for the show. And I'm a nature girl, so I'm outside. Like, when people say they're outside, I'm outside in the grass. So I, got some sunflowers, a lot of orange, solar plexus colors, all those things within, gut, stomach, lower to upper that are important in how we connect with Earth, self, each other.
Nice. She incorporates the chakras too. Mm-hmm. I love it. Wow, there's a lot of layers to what is being offered here. I'm picking it all up. And I'm trying to share with our audience as much as we possibly can because there's a lot to dive into, right? So before we go, I would love for you to share with our audience how many pieces are on display and what that experience looks like.
Well, I don't give you all too much, but the installation itself is all the furniture that will be there. It's been a year and a half of sourcing furniture, from asking people their stories about the furniture they were giving me, to looking just on platforms for furniture. There is a piece that I'm working on called Give Thanks. So that is just like my ode to the hands that have carried me before. Grandmother's, mother's hands to my hands to the next set of hands. There are about 4 or 5 pieces in the exhibition itself, and then the audience is a piece as they come in. Yes,
that's beautiful.
So they will come in and add to those pieces. I have a lot of ways that I want folks to know that they are a part of it, and that will be their hands-on.
Oh my gosh, I could go on and on about this, but they're wrapping us, and I gotta tell you, all that came to me was like moving art, communal care, mutual aid. Let's be together.
I love it. I love the little jig with it
yeah,
too.
no, I went there. Oh yes, I heard the sound bell.
Yes.
Right? the sound healing, all of it. You know, I don't know if that's what we should all expect, but I'm sure it's definitely an experience that people are going to remember moving forward, and is certainly something that we need right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to Gail and Casita Maria for the opportunity, because this is my first go round at this, like the first.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. We're thrilled to have this exhibition in the gallery, and I can't wait to see, you know, the reaction from the young people, their families, and the community in general.
Yeah, well, in general, we're grateful to you, Gail, because
Thanks,
you're a
Rhina.
visionary.
Thank you, Rhina.
And thank you for always bringing it here. All right, everyone. Gail Heidel, Casita Maria's artistic director and multidisciplinary artist. Tiff Mcfierce, once again, Tiff's solo exhibition, You Can Sit Here. His opening reception is happening on Thursday, March 20th at 5:30, and that's taking place till 8 p.m. and is on display. The actual exhibition itself is on display until August 16th of 2025. For more information, you can visit casitamaria.org. Stay tuned. There's more open when we return.